So this video is going to be a reply to a video which was on Supreme Leader Stream's YouTube channel. It was posted there yesterday on the 26th. And there's a video, it's only about a 6.5 minute video, and about 4.5 minutes they're talking about me. So I'm going to play the video and I'm going to interject as I go along, to reply to their comments. So here's the video.
You're not getting a neutral moderator or something. He said, he sent me this message. He said, hey, wait a minute. I just saw the video where Darth went into SJ's room and accused her of not being a good moderator. But Darth should already know that she is a theist. According to Darth, one must either be a theist or an atheist. There is no middle ground, as he would say. One cannot be neutral. Darth needs to plan ahead and bring a neutral moderator with him. Tell Darth to have good luck finding a neutral moderator. So what he's attempting to do is to conflate your two uses of the term neutral. Right.
Well,
and I told him, this was my response. I said, when Darth wants a neutral moderator, it's clear that he means someone who is trying to be fair. He's not referencing the denial or affirmation of God.
Bingo! You just hit the nail on the head.
Okay, so what I see happening here is that he's telling me what he thinks is obvious to me, or what I think is obvious. See, if he were fair and honest, he would go to Darth first and then tell me based on what Darth said. But that's not what he's doing. But the main point, the point I tried to make, and the main point that I was focusing on was that I was trying to get him to show me where Darth made some kind of a distinction. I said, well, if Darth was actually making that distinction, I want you to show me when he said that. Give me a link, give me anything to show where Darth actually pointed out that distinction. And in the end, after we had finished, with the text message, in the end, he conceded that he could not show me that.
You nailed it. You said it better than I could have. Okay. I'm not saying that the moderator can't have biases or strong beliefs in terms of worldview, but I want them to be judicious and fair.
Okay, so you heard Darth. He used the words judicious and fair. Now remember, those words are coming out of the same mouth who, when I was in a Discord server, I was in the server for about an hour and a half. I was just there listening to the conversation. I didn't interact with anyone. I was just there. I believe it was on Thanksgiving. And I was just relaxing. I was having a good day. I was in there just listening to the conversation. So I was in there about an hour and a half, and Darth came into the server. He came into the server, obviously, with only one thing in mind. He knew that I was in the server, and he came into the server, and he asked me, started up a conversation with me, asking me whether I was a theist or whether I was an atheist. And when I did not answer his question, he muted me. So that's, in Darth's mind, that would be something that I guess he would consider as being judicious and fair. Okay, now, in Darth's mind, the way that he thinks, his psychological processes, this would be, I guess, what he would consider to be, quote unquote, judicious and fair. Okay, now let me give you a second example of what Darth might consider to be judicious and fair. Darth openly admitted that he runs his server as a benevolent dictatorship. He openly admitted that he has what essentially is a double standard. In other words, he does not hold the same standard that others have, or he doesn't, in other words, he does not treat others the same way that they would want to be treated. That's essentially what happened in that discussion that he had. And I have that video, which I will post in this video. I'll post the link to that. But he openly admitted, he laid it right out. He said he does not have the same standard. So here he is on one hand, he's talking about being judicious and fair, and then on the other hand, he's saying that he has a double standard. And I'm supposed to accept that as being judicious and fair. I mean, this, according to Darth, this is a reasonable way to think. This is a rational way to think. He's as free as a bird to treat others any way he wants. He used the word benevolent dictatorship, and he laid out his idea. He said that a moderator should be able to run their own server any way they want to. He said that a moderator basically should be as free as a bird to do whatever they want. And you know what? I agree. I don't have any problem with a moderator running the room any way they want. But what I do have a problem with is a moderator saying, I'm going to run this room any way I want, and nobody should complain. And then that same moderator goes into another room and complains when they don't like the way the moderator in that room is treating them. No, that's not going to fly. If you're going to say that you can run your room any way you want and nobody should complain, then to be, quote unquote, judicious and fair, you should apply that same standard to yourself. And if you don't apply that same standard to yourself, as far as I'm concerned, all you are is a hypocrite.
Yeah, he has that predilection. He's a very, he's a very strange person.
Well, it's the only way you could interpret it that way is if you're motivated to interpret it that way. You want to interpret it that way. And I'm assuming his response to me, he just didn't accept what I told him. I didn't actually read it, but I'm assuming that he didn't.
As I said before, someone should not be so concerned about telling other people what they think is obvious to that person. So again, he needs to stop doing that. It's fine if you think that's obvious, but don't try to tell me what I think is obvious.
Right, when that's obviously what you meant.
Well, he accidentally ran into Buzz Lightyear. Here's what Buzz Lightyear said to him.
You are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity.
Well, I have a beautiful response to that. How many times have you listened to Darth degrade people, telling them that they act like a little kid or a child, or that they have the mentality of a little kid? And here he is talking about Buzz Lightyear, which is like a cartoon.
Yeah. When you listen to him, though, it's just like, wow, this is one weird dude. He's weird. You know, sometimes when people are very strange and weird, they don't know it. They're so accustomed to their own weirdness that they think they're normal.
That was very comical. I mean, the irony there was off the wall.
Well, his weirdness comes out in his responses. If you're messaging for anything, I don't recommend messaging.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You get,
Remember when Jim Carrey?
You get an essay back in response to a yes or no.
Yeah.
Okay, now that individual that was just speaking, he was in Discord. His screen name used to be More Cowbell, but now he goes by the screen name Calvinist. And he was talking about a message, I think that was in June of last year. We had a text message exchange, and in that message, he asked me a yes or no question, which it was a yes or no question. He asked me, "Can I ask you a personal question?" And I did not say yes or no, because I did not want him to know anything about me personally. So I didn't answer his question. And I also stuck with I focused on the main issue in that message as well. So I didn't get sidetracked.
Darth Dawkins debunked is awesome.
All right, you're banned.
Oh, man. All right, well, I'm going to head out.
Okay, so the whole heart of the matter on this whole thing was that I was replying to the message that 𝐾𝐫𝐬𝐜 had sent to me in Discord, trying to say that Darth was using that word neutral in a different way that he normally would. And remember, Darth has used that word neutral in video after video after video after video, to the point where he mutes and bans people if they do not accept that idea that somebody cannot be neutral. Just as in the case where he personally did that with me, because I did not answer his question as to whether or not I was a theist or an atheist, and that is exactly what he did. He muted me because I didn't answer his question. Because according to Darth, you cannot be neutral. You're either a theist or an atheist. Now, another very interesting thing is that Darth, even though he is now saying that you cannot be neutral, in the past, he has went on record as saying that one could be neutral. So he's even did a flip-flop on his position. I will put the link in this video, but he was speaking. I have at least one clip where he is speaking with an individual, and he told that individual that they could be neutral.
Okay, random. There are three basic positions on the existence of God. One can affirm the existence of God, one can deny, and one can remain neutral, such as an agnostic, where you don't know whether or not God does or does not exist. So if it's your position that you neither affirm nor deny the existence of God, then the best word that you should use in order not to be confusion in common parlance is to call yourself an agnostic.
Furthermore, Darth suggested that there could be two individuals who could be neutral. He referred to Paul Ross and Chad. Here's Chad.
It's like a great old movie. You can watch it over and over and over again.
That's a strange request to ask to get unblocked.
Oh, I think it's to get blocked. That's what I thought.
No. Darth and I, we have long history together.
I get.
Okay, so according to Chad, he has a long history with Darth. I've seen in many videos where they are speaking with each other on friendly terms. And this is going back years. And again, this is someone who, in Darth's mind, would try to get other people to believe that this person would be a neutral moderator in a debate, or somebody that could serve in the role of a neutral moderator, somebody that he's known for years and that he's been on friendly terms with for years. The other individual that he suggested could be a neutral moderator was Paul Ross. Who is Paul Ross? Well, I did a video on that, and I'll put the link in this description area. Paul Ross is a Christian missionary, and he also wrote a book about atheism, basically denouncing atheism. So in Darth's mind, that would also be a neutral moderator. Furthermore, Paul Ross has went on record saying how he admires Darth and thinks that Darth has an airtight case in his arguments. And he told that to Darth. But the whole heart of this message that I had with 𝐵𝐴𝐴𝐻, and now I'm also referring to Darth, the whole heart of the issue is the idea about whether or not Darth was using that word neutral. Was he using that in two different ways? And if you look at the text exchange that I had with 𝐵𝐴𝐴𝐻, which like I said, I did a video earlier today, and I will post the link in this video. But if you actually read his response, he actually conceded to me the point that I was making to him, which was that Darth has never, or that at least I have never seen, where Darth has actually made any distinction in the way that he uses that word neutral. And I have looked at hundreds of videos, and I've never at one single time seen where Darth has made any type of a distinction in the way that he uses that word. So I consider this to be a victory, a big victory, as far as this is actually the first time I've been able to have an exchange with a presuppositionalist, and they've actually conceded my point. So this is basically about all I need to say. I will post several links in the description area of this video, and also there is a new page on my website. Thank you for listening.